Hey everyone, welcome back to Sidekick English, the podcast that makes English fun, simple, and part of your real life. I'm Maya.
And I'm Theo. Before we start, remember to subscribe to Sidekick English, like this episode, and share it with a friend who also wants to improve their English. It really helps the channel and keeps us going.
Today we have a very special topic. A lot of you ask this question: how can I think in English? Not just speak English, not just study English, but really think in English.
This is a big step. When you start to think in English, everything becomes easier. Speaking is easier, listening is easier, you feel more confident, you feel more natural.
In this episode, we will give you 5 very practical tips. Simple ideas you can use every day. You do not need a lot of time. You do not need a teacher. You just need a little bit of discipline and a little bit of curiosity.
And a small sidekick. That's us.
Yes, we are your English sidekicks. So let's start with a tiny experiment. Right now, in your head, ask yourself this question in your language. What did I eat yesterday?
Okay, now again, but this time, ask in English. What did I eat yesterday? Do you feel the difference? If it feels slow or difficult, this episode is for you.
We will show you how to move from thinking in your language and translating to thinking directly in English. Let's go with tip number 1.
Tip number 1 is use tiny English moments during the day.
A lot of learners think they need one big English session, like I will study 2 hours on Sunday. But that is not how your brain likes to learn a language.
Your brain prefers small moments many times. It is like snacks, not a giant meal. Well, I like a giant meal too, but my brain likes snacks.
Tiny moments are perfect to start thinking in English. For example, when you wake up, before you touch your phone, take 30 seconds and ask yourself, in English, what day is it today? Then answer in a simple way.
You can say something like, today is Tuesday. I feel tired. I want coffee. It does not need to be beautiful English, just simple and clear.
Then maybe when you are brushing your teeth, you can think, after this, I will have breakfast. I will eat bread. I will drink tea. Again, very simple.
You can connect these tiny English moments to daily actions. For example, when you open the door, think in English for 10 seconds. When you start your car or get on the bus, think in English. When you make coffee or tea, think in English. When you sit down at your desk, think in English.
You can also choose a trigger. For example, every time you see a clock, you think in English for a moment. Or every time you wash your hands. Or every time you open your fridge.
You do not need to think in English all day. That is difficult and you will feel tired. But 10, 20, 30 tiny moments, that is possible. And step by step, your brain will say, oh, okay, we use English a lot. I can think in English too.
And remember, you do not need long sentences. Even something like I am hungry, I am late, I am happy today. It is already great. The important thing is not perfection. The important thing is frequency.
So, tip 1 is all about micro-English, little pieces of English everywhere in your day. Now let's go to tip number 2.
Tip number 2. Use simple English questions to guide your day.
Your mind always asks questions. Maybe questions like, what time is it? Or, where are my keys? Or, why is my life like this? That last one is also my question.
To start thinking in English, you can choose some simple questions and use them every day. They become your thinking routine in English.
For example, in the morning you can ask yourself 3 questions. What am I doing now? What will I do next? How do I feel?
And you answer very simply. For example, what am I doing now? I am making breakfast. What will I do next? I will go to work. How do I feel? I feel a little nervous but excited.
During the day, you can use other questions like, what is happening now? What do I want? What is the problem? What can I do?
Imagine you are at work and your computer is slow. In your language, you think, this computer is terrible. But today, you stop and think in English. My computer is so slow. I will restart it. Then I will try again.
Or imagine you are waiting for the bus. Normally, you just look at your phone. But now, you ask, what is happening now? You answer, I am waiting for the bus. There are many people. It is cold. I want to go home.
These questions help you connect English with your real life, not just with a textbook. You are not translating a sentence from your book. You are talking about your own situation, your own problems, your own feelings.
At night, you can also use English questions to think about your day. For example, what was good today? What was difficult today? What did I learn today?
And again, keep it short. For example, good today, I had pizza with my friend. Difficult, my boss was angry. What did I learn? I must send emails earlier.
These small daily questions will create an English voice in your head. At first, it is slow and quiet. But with practice, it becomes faster and louder.
Louder, in a good way, not in a I hear voices way.
Yes, in a healthy way. So tip 2 is, use a small set of English questions to organize your day in your mind.
Now, tip number 3, create mini stories in your head.
Stories are powerful. Our brains love stories. If I say past simple subject verb plus ed, your brain sleeps. But if I say yesterday, something crazy happened, your brain wakes up.
This tip is fun. During the day, choose simple situations and make a tiny story in English in your head. It can be about you or about imaginary people. Keep it very simple.
For example, you are in a cafe. You can think, I am in a cafe. A man is working on his laptop. A woman is talking on the phone. The barista looks tired. I am drinking coffee. It is good. I do not want to go back to work.
That is already a little story. You are not only saying words like coffee, table, man. You are creating a picture, a situation, with easy sentences.
You can also play with time. For example, you are at the bus stop. You can make a story in the past. Yesterday, I missed the bus. I was late for work. My boss was angry. Today, I am early. I feel better.
Or in the future. Tomorrow, I will take the bus again. I will listen to music. I will relax. I will not think about work.
These mini stories can be very short, maybe 3 or 4 sentences. You do not need a perfect plot. You do not need drama. Nobody needs to die in the story. This is not a movie. You just want to connect English with images in your mind.
Also, you can make stories about objects. For example, you see an old pair of shoes. You can think, these shoes are old. I bought them 3 years ago. I wore them every day. They are tired. They want a vacation.
When you do this, English becomes more emotional and funny in your brain, not just grammar and rules. That is very important if you want to think in English. You need to feel something, not only study.
So tip 3 is, use mini stories to bring English to life in your mind. Very simple sentences, but with imagination.
Now, tip number 4. Limit translation and use easy English instead.
Many learners have this habit. They think in their language and then translate to English in their head. It feels slow and heavy, like walking with a big backpack full of dictionaries.
Translation is okay sometimes. It is normal. But if you always translate, you cannot think fast in English. So we want to reduce translation, step by step.
One great way is to use easy English. That means use simple words you already know, instead of searching for difficult words in your language and then trying to translate.
For example, maybe you want to say, I am frustrated because my colleague is irresponsible, but you do not know the word irresponsible. So your brain stops, and you translate from your language. And it takes a long time.
But you do not need that difficult word. You can say, I am frustrated because my colleague never does his work, or he is not careful, or he does not do his job. The idea is clear. Very simple words, but the meaning is strong.
Another example, maybe you want to say, I am overwhelmed, but you do not know this word. You can say, there is too much work. I have a lot to do. I feel bad. This is fine. Simple, but true.
So when you think in English and you do not know a word, do not stop. Do not go back to your language immediately. Instead, ask, can I say this idea in a more simple way, with words I know?
This is like using small Lego pieces to build a big structure. Maybe you do not have the special, fancy Lego piece, but you can still build something good with basic pieces.
And good news, native speakers also do this. They often use simple words in daily life. They do not always speak like a dictionary or like a professor.
Also, when you stop translating everything, you feel lighter. You can focus on ideas, not just words. Your English becomes more active, not just a copy of your first language.
So for this tip, your homework is, next time you want to translate a difficult word, try easy English first. Describe the word, explain it with very simple vocabulary.
Over time, you will still learn new words, of course. But you will not be stuck. You can keep thinking in English even with a small vocabulary.
Okay, time for tip number 5. Have a short daily English thinking time with a clear topic.
Tips 1 to 4 are about small moments during the day. For tip 5, we want one special moment for focus practice. It can be only 5 or 10 minutes.
Choose a time that is easy for you. Maybe at night before sleep. Maybe after dinner. Maybe when you walk your dog. If you do not have a dog, you can walk your imaginary dog. That is also nice.
In this special time, you choose one simple topic and think about it only in English, not in your language. You can speak out loud if you are alone, or speak in your head if people are near you.
The topic must be easy and concrete, not the meaning of life. No, for example, my day today, my plans for tomorrow, my favorite food, a person I like, a place I want to visit.
Let's take an example. Your topic is my day today. Your 5-minute English thinking time can be like this. Today I woke up at 7. I was tired. I checked my phone. Then I took a shower and had breakfast. I ate bread and cheese. I went to work by bus. At work, I had a meeting. It was a little boring, but okay. At lunch, I talked with my colleague. We talked about movies. After work, I went home. Now I am in my bed. I feel relaxed.
These sentences are very simple, but they are connected. It is not random words. It is a story of your day, all in English, in your head.
Another example. Your topic is my favorite food. My favorite food is pasta. I like it because it is simple and fast. I usually eat pasta with tomato sauce and cheese. When I was a child, My mother made pasta every Sunday. I remember the smell. When I eat pasta now, I feel happy and calm.
This daily English thinking time is like a gym for your brain. You are training your brain to stay in English, to continue in English, to not escape back to your language after one sentence.
At first, 5 minutes will feel long, but after some days, it will feel easier. You can increase the time if you want, but 5 minutes is already very good.
Also, try to use the same time every day so it becomes a habit. Your brain will know, okay, now it is English thinking time. Let's go.
Now to help you, let's do a quick recap of the 5 tips. You can imagine them as 5 tools in your English brain toolbox.
Tip 1. Use tiny English moments during the day. Connect short English thoughts to daily actions like waking up, brushing your teeth, waiting for the bus.
Tip 2. Use simple English questions to guide your day, like, what am I doing now? How do I feel? What was good today? Ask and answer in very basic English.
Tip 3. Create mini stories in your head. Describe people, places, and small situations around you with easy sentences. Make English more alive and interesting.
Tip 4. Limit translation and use easy English instead. When you do not know a word, do not stop. Explain the idea with simple words you already know.
Tip 5. Have a short daily English thinking time of about 5 minutes with a clear topic, like my day or my plans. Think only in English during this time.
If you use these 5 tips together, your brain will slowly change. At first, you will think 99% in your language and 1% in English. Then maybe 90 and 10, then 80 and 20. And one day you will notice you are just walking or cooking, and suddenly you are thinking in English without trying.
You might even argue with yourself in English. That is an advanced level. You lose a fight with yourself in a second language.
When that happens, you can send us a message and say, okay, Sidekick English, it worked.
Remember, thinking in English is not about being perfect. It is about being regular. Small steps every day. Do not wait for motivation. Use habits and routines. 2 minutes here, 3 minutes there. It all counts.
And be kind to yourself. Sometimes your brain will be tired. Sometimes you will think in your own language again. That is normal. Just come back to English when you can. No stress.
If you enjoyed this episode and you want more practical tips like this, please subscribe to Sidekick English, like this podcast, and share it with a friend who is also learning English. Maybe you can be English thinking partners.
You can choose a daily question or topic together and both try to think about it in English. Then you can send each other a message and say what you thought about. That can be very fun and motivating.
Thank you for spending this time with us and for training your brain in English today. You are not just learning words. You are building a new way to think.
We are proud to be your sidekicks on this journey. Keep going, keep it simple, and keep English in your mind a little bit every day.
This was Maya.
And this was Theo.
See you in the next episode of Sidekick English.
Bye for now, and happy English thinking.